The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Well, last episode sure was something, wasn't it? Now, we're sadly getting back to reality, which is both good and bad. The good part is that we're getting back to a core set which has synchro monsters, and since we're in 5Ds, that makes sense. The bad part is Ancient Prophecy is a mixed bag of a lot of different cards, that's for sure. So, 24 packs of this one. I don't think this one's going to go too well. Let's see what we get in pack number 1. Some interesting cards to start. Flamvell Counter could be quite good because Flamvell Fire Dog is in here, and this basically just lets us negate spells and traps if we go that route. Genetic Woman is like an okay psychic monster. There's some good psychic support in here. Spirit Burner is a very strange equip spell. It actually allows you to once per turn change the battle position of an equipped monster to defense, which means theoretically it's sort of like enemy controller in an equip spell, which is kind of neat. Fishboard Blaster is obviously ban worthy, but for this series, I'm not sure if it's that good. Battle of the Elements is like reverse Gozen match, essentially, but only like a one-time use. So, Depth Amulet's also like a neat card, too. Like, it's a continuous trap that you can discard a card to negate an opponent's monster attack, but you only get to keep this card for 3 turns. So, it's just a lot of weird stuff in this set.
After something crazy like Retro Pack 2, you might think that the next set, a core set, would be disappointing, would be a letdown. But Ancient Prophecy has some interesting tricks up its sleeve. Like Raging Battle, it has a lot of really interesting cards that I think can come together to make some pretty powerful strategies. I'm excited to check them out. Without further ado, let's get into 24 packs of Ancient Prophecy. Yo, right off the bat, my Signer powers continue. If there's a Signer Dragon in the set, I will pull it. And Ancient Fairy Dragon is a fantastic one. It may only have 2100 attack, but it can combo off, and 3000 defense and 2100 attack are nothing to sniff at. X-Saber Rajagura probably isn't going to do it for us, but Fossil Dig might, depending on the dinosaurs that we get at one with the sword. A very funny X-Saber card that just does not work with X-Sabers. Also, Flamvell Counter is potentially interesting. We're going to be looking out for Flamvell Fire Dogs because it is a very strong monster in and of itself, but if I have Flamvell counters to come afterward.
Oh, and second pack in, we get the Ultra XX Saber Gotems. This is really good because this just requires an earth monster. It doesn't like need specific materials aside from an earth. So I'm really happy to see that we pulled this. 3100 is massive. It is a level 9, which is a bit awkward to make, but maybe if we get some more X-Saber support, it'll make it slightly easier, but the fact that we just have this as a bomb is insane. I don't remember if it's this one or not, but one of the Fortune Ladies has like an ability, target a face of monster opponent controls, destroy that target if it's special summon and attack by the effect of a Fortune Lady card. So there are a few ways that we could trigger this, and this sadly may be like some of the best removal that we have access to, and I never thought I'd be saying that about a Fortune Lady card.
X-Saber Fall Troll is kinda sick, not gonna lie. 2 packs, 2 hollows. This is incredible. Reinforced Truth, also a pretty strong card. Don't know if we have the warrior monsters to back it up, but honestly, if I get I know that there is like a couple of common X-Sabers that exist. I don't know if any of them are in this set, but if I can summon Fall Troll, then I absolutely am going to do that. Armed Sea Hunter, also a pretty strong card in and of itself. And Blackwing Mistral, the Silver Shield, it has 1800 defense. Next pack, whoa, Beast Machine King Barbaros, or what a crazy pull. This is a third Our third monster, or our third holo in this set. Also, I didn't know this was a super rare. I kind of thought that this was a secret rare. Let's check this out. I know it has a special summoning condition that could make it pretty easy to summon, depending on if we have the parts in this set. One machine type and one beast warrior type. We are definitely going to keep an eye out for that because that could be a crazy bomb to drop on Alex. Also, Gap the Divine Soldier, nothing to shake a stick at there. We also have a rekindling, which is once again something we're going to be looking out for with our Flamvels.
Well, if that is our best removal, that's another copy of it because it is a rare, keep in mind. I also forgot to mention rekindling in the last pack. Again, since Flamvel Fire Dog's in this set, this is a way that we can actually just bring back a bunch of them and possibly do some synchro play shenanigans with it. So I'm hoping to get a playset of this. I don't even know if I'm going to end up running it, but it's just something I'd like to have, so the option is there.
Sauropod Brachion is an interesting one. I can see us playing this because of its Book of Moon effect. Genetic Woman, also a potentially interesting one. I don't see ourselves necessarily banishing any of our psychic type monsters, but if we do, this is definitely going to be a card to look out for. And Shiny Black Sea, since we've got a good synchro, is going to be something we're going to need to look out for from Alex. All right, pack number 5, and Double X Saber Full Helm Knight is not a bad one. A level 3 tuner, which means it is good for getting into Ancient Fairy Dragon, and because it's an X Saber, we may be able to do some things with Fall Troll. Again, this is a massive pipe dream, but God, wouldn't it be cool if we could play X Sabers? Kawaki Meru Hydro Barrier, however, is just a genuinely good card. It's kind of like a effect veiler if you get a Kawaki Meru Iron Core in your hand, which we may do. Pack number 6, a second Ancient Fairy Dragon. Alex is not going to be attacking this entire episode. Other than that, we have Fortune Lady Light, which as far as rares go, probably isn't particularly good. Fortune Ladies are, despite being not very good, a combo deck, and therefore are probably not something we're going to get the critical mass we need in order to play.
Going back to the good psychic support, Brain Research Lab is in here. There are a few 1 tribute psychic monsters, so theoretically we could normal summon a monster, then use Brain Research Lab to get an extra normal of a psychic so we can immediately tribute for that. That's quite relevant. There is an XX Saber support card in Ragigura. We have Fairy Wind, which debuted in this set as well. I'm not sure if there's like too many uses for this outside of ironically popping Brain Research Lab, but you know, just some okay cards. One of the tribute monsters, as aforementioned, is Armored Axon Kicker. I think there's a better one that's 2400, but I don't think it's common. But this card is like okay just because it's quite big. Another Brain Research Lab as well. I think we have a playset of Battle of the Elements, so like we're starting to get the makings of something.
Oh, by the way, Kawaki Meru Bolter, genuinely good card. It's just a battle recruiter for Kawaki Meru cards. And since most of the cards in here that are Kawaki Merus don't have the effect or the maintenance cost to discard a Kawaki Meru Iron Core during the end phase, this may actually come up. The Kawaki Meru cards in here are very strong. That's crazy. 2 Ancient Fairy Dragons. I really am RJ the Jank Signer. What is our holo luck so far? An Archfiend Zombie Skull. We're never summoning this card in our life, but wouldn't it be sick? And I mean, it's cool to have. Fishborg Blaster is not that crazy. Reinforced Truth, again, I don't know if it has any targets, but it is pretty good if it does. But Fishborg Blaster, an extremely strong card if we have the synchros to work with it. There's a possibility we can get those. Another Armed Sea Hunter, though, is very strong. Another Reinforced Truth and a revival of the Earthbound Immortals. Unfortunately, no Earthbound Immortals to be found in this pack. Well, I did say there weren't any Earthbound Immortals in this set. By the way, Earthbound Immortal Kasilu, if I remember, is an absolutely nutso card. If we do have a field spell that we're going to be using with this, you know, I could see us playing it. We do have the Ancient Fairy Dragons to potentially facilitate it. We'll have to see what comes up with that. Depth Amulet, if I remember correctly, is also a pretty good card.
Sunlight Unicorn is actually quite a strong card. It's an 1800 beater, but also has this weird ability that once per turn you excavate the top of your deck, and if it's an equip spell, you add it to your hand, otherwise place it on the bottom. So since we have Spirit Burner as a possible way to out monsters, this could actually be a way for us to plus off of one of our normal summons, which is pretty nice, and just help generate us card advantage. Also, Gap the Divine Soldier is a 1 tribute that forces all monsters to attack position and can actually gain some attack points as well. So just a weird mix of cards in this set for sure. There is a super rare Minefield Driller, all one word by the way. When this face-up card you control leaves this field and is still in your possession, target a field spell card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That card is probably not worth playing.
Here's another Kawaki Meru card, Core Blaster. It's like kind of removal for some things. It may be good enough to run depending on our Kawaki Meru lineup. Flamvel Fire Dog, that's extremely good. If we can get 2 more of this card, I'm definitely going to be very excited. And there's another Rekindling to boot. I don't know if Rekindling is something we're going to be able to use to its fullest potential since we don't have a Flamvel tuner to work with, but certainly worth keeping an eye out. There it is, a second Flamvel Fire Dog. Would love to see the third of this, but a second is fantastic. There's a second X-Saber Full Helm Knight. Again, most of what this is about is it being a level 3 tuner that can negate attacks and therefore survive for a turn, but man, can I hope that I can play Fall Troll. I'll tell you what, if I pull a second Fall Troll, there is no shot I'm not playing X-Sabers. Fortune Lady Fire isn't ideal. There is another Hydro Barrier, though. That is a very important Kawaki Meru monster. Kawaki Meru Gulingulate. This is a card that requires zombies to be in the hand or to discard an Iron Core of Kawaki Meru, which is a pretty steep ask, but I'm excited to see it. By the way, another ultra rare, ridiculous stuff.
Oh, Ghost Rare Ancient Fairy Dragon. I mean, the fact that it's Ghost is irrelevant because we're just, opening virtual cards, but it's still cool to see when we hit it, right? And also, this is just a good synchro monster. At the very least, it's a 3k defender, which is kind of a pain to get over, and we can actually special additional monsters with its effect. 2100's a nice synchro. I just want more access to cards in the extra deck. So the fact we have 2 synchros now is huge. Of course, why wouldn't we get Blackwing Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, in the Ancient Prophecy opening when Blackwings are basically unplayable this set? Fortune Lady Light is another one of these Fortune Lady cards, and why this one's relevant is because if this face-up card leaves the field by card effect, you can special summon a Fortune Lady from your deck. So this is a way for us to trigger red to pop a monster, and again, we need to have ways to actually trigger Fortune Lady Light in the first place, but if we have means to get to red, which is like the main form of removal that I've seen so far, then I'll take it.
There's another Jester Lord. This card is extremely funny, but I don't know if we can justify playing it. Divine? There's a Kawaki Meru Speeder. That's one of the Kawaki Merus that we definitely wanted to see. This card is potentially very strong. I don't think there are any machine monsters for us to work with, but it is a good defender. And it has some potential to play with Iron Core of Kawaki Meru. Will we play this card? I'm not sure, but I'm not sad to see it. Ancient Sacred Wyvern. What are the chances that I can play this? I don't think we have any light tuners in this set, but if we do, I am 100% going to try and summon it. A third X-Saber Full Helm Knight is extremely strong with our synchro lineup, though. Definitely going to be looking for other ways that we can make use of this. Again, I've been getting all these ultra rares just for me, one-time pack opener. Can I get a second Fall Troll? Kawaki Meru Gravirose. Ask and ye shall receive with the Kawaki Meru monsters. Again, this one is of questionable strength because we don't really have anything particularly good to send to the graveyard, except maybe Shiny Black Sea, depending on what Alex pulls. Arcanonite Joker, by the way, genuinely a very funny card for us to have. The fact that we have the cards that we need to play it because of our rule means that, I might, depending on if I get a couple more copies.
This is actually quite a relevant rare. Reinforced Truth just allows you to special summon a level 2 or lower warrior from your deck, and I think there are level 2 warrior tuners in this set, so you can't conduct your battle phase when you do this, but you could hypothetically just use this during your opponent's end phase, get what you need, and then you still get the battle phase on the next turn. So this is quite strong. Again, it's a rare, so I'm actually kind of sad that I don't have more copies of this yet, but if there is a level 2 tuner, which I think there is, then we're definitely going to play this. Okay, another Fortune Lady Light. At the end of the day, if this is a way for me to get to red, which is the main way I'm killing stuff, like, we'll take it. I think there's actually a trap, I think I passed it already, that allows you to negate the attack of a monster your opponent controls that's attacking one of your monsters, but you banish the monster that it was attacking. So for instance, if Robert was attacking light, we negate his attack, banish light, which then triggers light, so we get to summon red and then just like pop his monster. So that's pretty good.
Another Fortune Lady Light is not great, but another Armed Sea Hunter is pretty great. A Blackwing Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, is crazy, but unfortunately not good. We don't have a Blackwing Synchro monster to summon with it. Don't you wish that somebody got this in progression? Only time will tell. That being said, Kawaki Meru Tornado is an incredibly good card that I'm very glad to see. If Alex is going to be special summoning in any capacity, this is going to be a card we'll definitely need. We'll be searching it off of Kawakimeru Boulder, and it can return an Iron Core of Kawakimeru from your hand to the deck to destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. Extremely strong card. Hope to see a couple. One thing I would like to see is another copy of Flamvel Firedog. Anything I could get from the good rares would be incredible, and if I can get one of those holos, that would be amazing. Maybe a second Fall Troll? And nope. However, I did get a light tuner, so if I can get 6 levels on the board and get a life point advantage on Alex, Ancient Sacred Wyvern might be hitting the field. Wow, these pulls have been crazy. I look forward to deck building with them.
Only a few packs left of Ancient Prophecy, and I gotta be honest, I don't really know how I feel about this. I think that's our playset of Sunlight Unicorn complete, so I guess I feel pretty good about that. I don't think I've seen Flamvel Firedog, and that makes me really nervous if maybe that card like isn't common and if it's like rare, because if that's the case, like Rekindling is completely dead to us. Second to last pack, doesn't look like there's anything too relevant here. I guess another Ragigura potentially might matter, but I'm not too sure. Let's see what we get in our last pack. I don't really know what I'm looking for, to be honest. I don't think that was anything too useful. Slip of Fortune. This is the card I was talking about for the Fortune ladies. Negate the attack, then remove from play the attack target monster until the next standby phase. You even get it back, too, so that means you can just keep doing more shenanigans with that. Interesting. Very interesting opening for this set, and I'm not really sure how the gameplay is going to play out, but I'm curious to see what my deck's going to look like, so let's get to building.
Well, kings, queens, monarchs of every element, I am on a losing streak, and that doesn't look great. But what does look great is this deck. It probably looks silly is what it looks like, but I am pretty confident in what we are bringing this week. What we are bringing is undescribable. There are a lot of weird interactions in this deck that I'm very excited for, and a lot of things that are just plain silly. So let's get into the card by card, and I can explain them as we go. We've got one Beast Machine King Barbaros Ur. Now you'll notice I don't have any machines in my deck. But that's not a problem because this card can be tribute summoned, and it's got 3,800 attack. It's one of the biggest threats the set has to offer. It pales in the light of one of the most important cards in the set, which is Spirit Burner. However, it has one important place. There is a card in this set that is unbeatable otherwise, and that is Sauropod Brachion. If Alex goes for a strategy to stall out using this card, I basically don't have an out, but Beast Machine King Barbaros Ur is basically a guaranteed out to this card. If I can set up the monsters on the board, I can get this guy down, and from there, Alex can't do anything about it. Next, we have one Psychic Emperor. I only have one. I'd probably run one more if I had another. Next, we have one Gap, which is the weakest of our tribute summonables. However, it has 2,000 defense, which makes it stronger against Spirit Burner. We've got two Armored Axon Kickers, our second strongest tribute summon, probably, which has a little bit of Nombo synergy with Ancient Sacred Wyvern, but that's why I'm not running the materials to make it in my main deck. It's also kind of a special summon from Graveyard Dealio. I don't expect that that's going to be coming up, but we'll see. Next, we have double Flamvel Firedog, the best normal summonable in the set. Only got 2 of them, so I'm playing 2 of them. Next, we have 3 Armed Sea Hunter. Is just an 1,800 attacker. It has an ability if you have a level 3 or lower water monster, of which I have 2, but that's not particularly important. What's really important is the attack stat. The same with Sunlight Unicorn. Then we have Trouble Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier. Hydro Barrier is a 1,900 defender, and it is also searchable off of Kawakimeru Boulder. It has an additional effect to negate the effect of a face-up monster on the field, but that's not terribly important. One thing I forgot to mention about Sunlight Unicorn, by the way, is it has the ability to try and hunt down for Spirit Burner if we really want to draw that. Next, we have our 3 Kawakimeru Boulder. This card is a searcher for both our Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier and our Iron Core of Kawakimeru. Now, if I said that Iron Core wasn't important to Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier, why would I be running it in my main deck? That is because this set contains an incredibly powerful card that plays around Iron Core of Kawakimeru, that being Iron Core Luster, which is a reveal Iron Core to be a negate for any spell trap card. That means I can hit any of these cards in the deck with this once I have an Iron Core in my hand, and that seems pretty damn good. Next, we have 3 Double X Saber Full Helm Knight. This guy is basically a negate attack, which is probably going to be good enough, but what he's really important for is his lineup of stars, which is 3 on a tuner, which can go into a 7, of which we have one very important one in Ancient Fairy Dragon, an extremely strong monster as far as defense points and a decent one in terms of attack points. Next, we have triple Blackwing Mistral the Silver Shield, who's not terribly important other than the fact that it's an 1800 defender, and if it gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you don't take battle damage for the rest of the turn. Next, we have the most important card in the set, Spirit Burner, and an equip spell that can equip to an opponent's monster, change it to defense position, and that's all it really needs to do. If your opponent has a Psychic Emperor on the field, it changes it into a 1000 defense, which basically anything in the deck can run over. If they have a gap and we have access to a Tribute Summon, we can attack over that. The same goes for Armored Axon Kicker. And again, as long as we can stick a Full Helm Knight for a turn, the chances we can go into something like an Ancient Fairy Dragon are very, very high. This card is incredible, and if you really, really need access to another one, instead of drawing, you can just grab it out of your graveyard. Incredible stuff. Next, 1 Iron Core and 1 Rekindling. Seems a little suspect with only 2 Flamvels in the deck, but it's strong enough if we hit it. Even if I only hit 1 Flamvel Fire Dog, that's good enough for me. Next, we have 2 Battle of the Elements. I'm not sure we're going to hit the conditions for this card to activate that often. In order to use it, all monsters have to be face up on the field, which is a pretty steep stipulation, although it is not terribly difficult to get to because I don't expect that we're going to be setting many monsters other than these 2 in the set. I'm only running 2. I might run 3 once we go into side decking, but that's about that. Next, we have 3 Fairy Wind. This card is very important because of the recurability of Spirit Burner. This card is so important, and so Fairy Wind is also very important. Next, we have 3 Slip of Fortune. It's just a negate attack, and that's pretty much all I need it to be. It also helps us guarantee that we can get to our bigger monsters. Next, we have 3 Iron Core Luster, probably the best card in my deck, and 1 @1 with the sword. Just a silly little card that synergizes nicely with Full Helm Knight because it makes it 2100 attack, which is good enough to contest a defense position Tribute Summon or pretty much any normal summon in the matchup. I may be bringing in the second one in the side deck, we'll be seeing. Our side deck is a bunch of nonsense. We've got 2 Core Blaster in case Alex gets an Ancient Fairy Dragon of his own, 1 Arajigura, and 1 a major upset in case Alex goes into some Synchro Summons, 2 Sauropod Brachion in case I want to go for a stall strategy myself. If Alex doesn't have a out for this card and I'm going to be going second, there's an argument for me just playing this to guarantee that I win the match. Next, we have 1 Iron Core or Kwakimeru Tornado. Kwakimeru Tornado sends an Iron Core back to the deck to destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. There are not a lot of special summon monsters in the main deck, but there are a couple of good ones in the extra deck, so I expect this card to come in if Alex got a Synchro. Next, we have an extra Iron Core to work with that. 1 Ancient Crimson Ape. This card is just very strong and is fairly resilient to Spirit Burner. If I want to be going even more aggressive than I have the opportunity to do in my main deck, this is a great card for that. Then we have 2 Sunny Pixie. If Alex is going into a stall game himself, there's a very good chance that I'm going to get to use this card with one of my Tribute Summons to go into Ancient Sacred Wyvern, and how freaking sick would that be? Next, we have 2 Morphtronic Magnet Bar. This is also an out to Sauropod Brachion, but not one that I expect that Alex will be running in the main deck. 1 more @1 with the sword and 1 more Battle of the Elements, and that is the deck. This is a weird one, it's a silly one, but I'm really excited to pilot it and see how it comes out.
You know, I've played some bad decks, and I mean, Sealed Showdown has had no shortage of bad decks, but this deck is bad. Holy shit. I don't even know what to call this. This is like Psychic Fortune Lady. I have no idea. Like, this deck is awful. I actually struggled to find playable cards for this. I think I may not even use the side deck because there was like maybe 43, 44 cards for this deck. Put the 4 in the side and then had to find other stuff to jam in here. So this is what we're bringing. I have like 0 faith in this, but let's do the card by card. First up is Armed Sea Hunter, which is like the only 1800 level 4 in the entire set, and that's basically all you need to know. Armored Armored Axon Kicker is actually like the best tribute monster we have. And to be fair, this card's actually kind of cracked. So if you control a face-up psychic monster, you can normal summon it without tribute, and we do have Genetic Woman for this. Then, if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you take damage equal to half that destroyed monster's attack, then special summon one monster from your graveyard with attack less than or equal to the damage you took. So that's pretty crazy by sealed standards. And because we have Brain Research Lab, we actually can have additional normal summons with psychics. So we could realistically go like Genetic Woman and then use Brain Research Lab to normal summon Armored Axon Kicker. And that's actually a play, right? So that's like maybe the coolest thing this deck does, and everything else is terrible. So hopefully we could see some Armored Axon Kicker action. We're playing one Blackwing Fane, the Steel Chain. I'm siding two more of these, and this was actually one of the cards I cut at the very end. So it has the ability to attack directly, and if it inflicts damage to your opponent via direct attack, you can target an attack position monster your opponent controls, change it to defense. And while that isn't technically removal, let's say I have like a monster on the field already, Fane can come in, attack directly, then Robert's monster switch to defense, and our monster can then get over it. This is relevant for a card like Armored Axon Kicker, which is slightly easier to kill in defense than in attack. So I'm only on one of this because I feel like it's very situational that would happen, but there is still a chance. We have three Blackwing Mistral, the Silver Shield, which for all intents and purposes is an 1800 defender. And then we've got some Fortune Ladies, Fortune Lady Fire and Fortune Lady Light. So Fire is the reason I'm playing these, because when it's special summoned by a Fortune Lady card, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, and then basically you get to burn them as well. This is like one of the only few ways of removal in the entire set, and Light can actually get us to Fire, so we have a little engine here, but I don't know if we can exactly call it an engine. We've got three Genetic Woman because it's just a decent beater, and it's a psychic for Armored Axon Kicker. And then we have maybe the best card in our deck, which is Jester Lord. It gains 1,000 attack for each card in the spell and trap card zones. That's not just yours, that's the opponent's as well. So if this is the only monster on the field, oh my god, wait a minute. This has to be the only monster on the field, period. I thought it was the only monster you control. Oh, this card's way worse than I thought. All right, well, we're still gonna play it anyway. There's a situation where if Robert and I have a few face downs and I just normal summon Jester Lord, it's like 4,000 attack and I just dome him for game. So I guess that's pretty good. It'll end our misery a lot quicker. I'm playing one Quakimeru Hydro Barrier, which is just a 1900 defender. And the most interesting card in here is probably Sunlight Unicorn. We can excavate the top card of our deck once per turn, and if it's an equip, we can add it to our hand, otherwise it goes on the bottom. Also an 1800 attacker. The equip spell we are going for is Spirit Burner. This is a form of removal in a way, although it's a very convoluted way. You have to equip it to a monster, and you can change that monster to defense position, so we can equip it to our opponent's monster, and again, if we get to plus off of Sunlight Unicorn, I don't think that's too bad. But that does it for the monsters and the spells. Then for the traps, Battle of the Elements is also technically removal, but it's quite bad. Fairy Wind is in here because there are a few continuous traps, such as Pixie Ring. There is the Brain Research Lab, so if Robert's on the same strat, we can burn him with this. Pixie Ring's in here just to protect our low attack point monsters, and Slip of Fortune is a way for us to potentially get to Fortune Lady Fire a bit easier. It's a bit of an optimistic scenario, but I think it's like the best card we have that fits the role. And then the side deck, I gotta be honest, I think the only card coming in is probably gonna be Fane, the Steel Chain, over something like Jester Lord, just because now I realize it has to be the only monster on the field, but that's perfectly fine. Ancient Crimson Ape is a 2 tribute we could maybe summon, but I highly doubt it. Gap the Divine Soldier is just another tribute, but I think Axon Kicker is just better in almost every conceivable way. We have a Shiny Black Sea in case Robert is trying to go for Synchros, although I don't think that's too likely. 3 Sunny Pixie in case I decide to try to go for Ancient Fairy Dragon, but I feel like that's a death sentence because aside from being 3,000 defense, this card doesn't do anything. It still loses an attack to Axon Kicker as well as Gap. We have a Turbo Rocket, which is like an okay burn card. Release Restraint Wave is good for blowing up back row, but there's not a lot of back row that we want to blow up. And 3 copies of Depth Amulet. This is a very fascinating card that allows us to protect our monsters from being attacked, because when our opponent's monster declares an attack, we can discard a card to negate the attack, but this card gets destroyed after the 3rd end phase, our opponent's 3rd end phase after activation, excuse me. So this sort of is a neat little battle trick, but I'm not fully sold on it. I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough cards to really make it work, although there are some potential synergy setups here. I think if anything, Fane and possibly Depth Amulet might be the cards to side in, but we'll have to see how the rest of our deck fares. I think I'm eyeing Jester Lord to see if this card's really worth playing at all. I just want to just dome Robert for 4K in all honesty. So we've got some stuff in the extra, but I don't think we have any realistic way to summon them except for Ancient Fairy, and Ancient Fairy isn't really that good. So guys, I can't wait to see how this one plays out. It's going to be a clusterfuck, maybe one of the worst 5Ds episodes we've had yet, if not the worst. But that means it's going to be a grand old time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Robert, I am not looking forward to this episode. Strangely, you are for some sadistic reason, so that makes me nervous as to what you A, pulled, or B, are playing, or C, both.
I just, my deck just, it just tickles me, and I'm very excited to play it. It may not be good, but I'm looking forward to it.
I will say, you gotta get fucking creative in Sealed Showdown sometimes, don't you, buddy?
Yes, you do.
And with that said, let's shout the patron. Lucats, thank you for the support. God help me. Oh my God.
Excellent.
All right, we
Perfect.
lose.
It's
all right,
all
next
starting off
episode,
well.
ladies and gentlemen. Next episode.
All right, we're going first.
Of course you
Okay,
are.
so you're playing 40 cards, which already heads off one of the most concerning possibilities for the results of today's
I don't know what you were talking
match.
about, buddy. What were you scared of?
What is this hand, first of all? Oh, good. Oh, good. I love to see all of my bricks in my opener. Let's see
Excellent.
what I'm going to do with this first turn. I am going to... Oh, you also have 3 cards in your extra deck. This is getting spicy.
Yeah, you should be afraid.
Let's normal summon the most powerful monster in my deck, Sunlight Unicorn.
Okay, honestly, this may be the best card in the set.
It's one of the better cards we have access to. I'm going to set 1, I'm going to set 2, and I am going to set 3, and it is your turn.
Okay, not even firing the effect? Okay, sure, I'll draw. Main 1, I'm slightly terrified at what you have. I can't believe you have 3 back row. That's insane. How did you even find 3 playable back row in this set?
I probably didn't find 3
That's
playable
fair.
back
That
row
is
the answer.
very fair. Very fair. I am just going to set 1, 2, and throw it back.
Okay, let's draw for turn. Okay, having seen that, I am going to declare Sunlight Unicorn.
Okay. So now you have
All right.
the ability to declare. Okay.
Oh, don't like
I did not want to
that.
see that. Oh, God.
Okay, well, it's on the bottom of my deck
Thank
now,
fuck
so
for that.
there is that. Let's see, what punishes me for going to battle phase here? Not a huge amount. Like, you could have one of the beef-ass Kawaki Merus, but, you know... Sure, if you want to do that, it's all you, boo.
Behold, Mistral, the Silver
Oh,
Shield!
no! I've been owned. All right, main phase 2. Yeah, let's set a monster, and it is your go.
Okay. We'll draw. Oh, I'm just the best fucking player in Yu-Gi-Oh! Off the top.
Oh,
Armored
of
Axon
course
Kicker.
you
Let's
had it off the
fucking
top.
go. All right.
Fine.
That was pretty good. Not going to complain. I am going to go to battle, and we're going to get over Sunlight Unicorn with Armored Axon Kicker.
Okay, you take 900 damage.
Okay. And then I will take the 900, and guess what? I can resurrect Mistral with that effect.
Yes, you can.
Does it matter the position? Special with less attack. Yep, then the damage you took. Great. We got a huge plus on that. That's great.
You did.
That's all I got. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, draw for turn. That's not ideal. That's great. I guess we do set a monster here and set a back row.
4
and
back
pass.
row. I will say,
I know.
Armored Axon Kicker is like the worst card in existence, but in Sealed, this guy is kind of insane.
He's kind of nuts.
All right, I'll draw. Main phase 1, not super happy about that, but that is fine. Okay, I'm going to bring out my own Sunlight Unicorn.
Excellent.
We'll declare. Let's see what we get.
All right.
Okay. Brain Research
Ooh.
Lab. We'll
Okay.
pin that to the bottom. And we'll go to battle. So I'm going
Okay.
to send Sunlight Unicorn into this one.
It is a Mistral.
Okay. So the question is, do I want to take out your other one? Because I know that that's Mistral. This is also a tuner, which is like slightly concerning, I guess. Let's just take out what I can almost certainly take out. And then this will nullify Mistral as well. So
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. And then
Take your 50,
oh,
buddy.
sorry. I'm sorry. I have to take the damage. Yes, this is a mandatory effect. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Draw for turn.
It's sad
Show
that that's
me-
almost enough damage to bring back Mistral.
Oh, boy. I wasn't kidding when I said I got all the bricks in my deck. I'm going to
seems like
set a
it.
monster and pass. It's
Okay.
your go.
We'll draw. Let's just keep the pressure going. Genetic Woman. Bring her on out.
Okay, buddy.
We'll go battle. I'm going to put Genetic Woman into the new set.
You fool. It is Kawaki Meru Hydro Barrier.
Me. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 from this. I'm going to put Sunlight into this one. I'm going to pick what Axon Kicker is going to kill here.
Okay, it is a Mistral, the Silver Shield.
So the question is, do I care about you having Hydro Barrier or do I care about you having Mistral? I think they're like both basically the same. One's a tuner, so like having Mistral turns on your extra deck, which is a bit frightening. I'm going to try Axon Kicker to Mistral.
Okay, that's fine. You take your extra 50.
Take my 50. Yep. It also makes me take slightly less damage. Second main, I'll declare the Sunlight Unicorn. Let's see if we can hit anything. Nope. You're getting some information off of this, though.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll just pass it back. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Let's see what we can do with this. Well, first of all, I am going to take this opportunity to activate Battle of the Elements. Get fucking punished,
Yeah,
buddy.
I figured we were going to be playing into this. Okay, so we can control only 1 attribute, and I currently control 4 attributes. So I'm going to have to send literally everything except Axon Kicker to the graveyard here.
That is correct. Okay, and then I am going to normal summon Double X Saber Full Helm Knight.
Wow, you actually pulled this. Okay, sure.
And I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, so once while it's face up, you can just negate an attack, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
That is fine by me. I'll draw. Main 1. I will run out a Genetic Woman. Battle Genetic Woman into Full Helm Knight.
We'll declare Full Helm Knight here.
Okay, so attack negated, and then Axon Kicker into Full Helm Knight.
I will slip a fortune.
Okay. So you get to negate the attack, remove from play the attack target. Okay, so you're going to remove your Full Helm Knight.
Yeah.
Okay. That is fine. Redeclare kill Hydro Barrier.
It negates the attack.
Oh, it does negate the attack. Okay, I don't get a redeclare.
Yep.
Imagine reading cards. That's fine. Second main in that case, I've got nothing else. You may return your Full Helm Knight.
Excellent. He returns.
That's actually a pretty good synergy there because now you get another attack negate too.
True. I'll draw for turn. Oh, the best card in my deck. I love drawing my bricks, Alex. I love drawing my bricks.
For a second, I thought you were being serious.
No. Okay, set nothing. I'm gonna end my turn. Wow, this hand sucks.
Excellent. Main 1. Well, I guess I just keep going and just do what I was doing before. I will go to battle. Genetic Woman in.
We're gonna declare.
I will Axon Kicker in.
Okay, he's finally gone. Take your 1150.
I will take 650, sir. Learn how to do math.
Oh, yeah, I know how to do. I was just assuming this dude had 2,300 attack.
That would be like the best normal summon in Sealed Showdown history if that were the case. I will bring Mistral back. You take 9 from that.
I have done so.
Mistral doesn't really accomplish anything here. I will go to second main. And I think I will just set myself. I'll set a back row, and I'm kind of just chilling on this board, so I'll throw it back.
Okay, draw for turn. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's tribute summon our own Armored Axon Kicker. Let's go to battle phase. I am going to attack into Genetic Woman first.
Yeah, so this is going to be 5. You take 850.
I do.
And then you can bring back something that is somewhat size. Actually, you can only bring back Mistral.
I can bring back Mistral. Yep. Okay. It would be great if you could just crash Armored Axon Kicker and get its effect.
That would be sick.
Okay. There we go. Dueling Book. The greatest application on the face of the planet. And I'll just pass on that, I guess.
This is such a productive field we find ourselves on. Haha, you fool! Until I summon my second Armored Axon Kicker.
Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So we're gonna crash Axon Kickers.
Cool.
All right, and then I'm gonna take out your Mistral.
Take a further 50
Yes, and I do not have anything in my graveyard that I can resurrect for that. Sadly, that would be very nice. But I'm feeling pretty good about my position as the lone Armored Axon Kicker survivor. So go ahead.
Draw for turn. That may do something in the future. God damn. Oh my god. It's so awkward. I have like a super cool play if I had decided to stick with my guns and not activate Sunlight Unicorn. Not that that's like the correct thing to do, obviously. Playing for the odds of hitting a card that you like, of not hitting a card that you need, isn't better than just getting a free +1 of arguably the best card in the set.
Yep.
But man, it really messed me up this one time.
Ooh,
Yorgo.
okay. All right, sure. Main 1. So now the question is, do I play into your Battle of the Elements again? I kind of want to. Let me think. If I hit you with Axon Kicker, you go down to what, 3650?
Yeah.
I mean, I need to get it out of you eventually. So I'm kind of tempted to just go for it. Yeah, fuck it. I'll run out Armed Sea Hunter.
Ooh, that's gonna suck.
18.
All right. I'll take 18.
22.
I'll take 22.
No elements. Okay. I don't feel like you would have taken that otherwise, but I guess you're not
Draw
dead
for
here.
turn. Oh my god. Okay, it's all you.
Okay. All right.
Oh man, I was so close to such a cool strategy
I'm not
twice in
happy
a
to
row,
hear
but
that.
the cards just didn't fall that way. All right, but hopefully going first for a second time will help us out with that.
This is literally just who gets to ultimate Axon Kicker first, isn't it?
Potentially. All right, let's draw for turn. Main 1, I am going to start off by normal summoning Armed Sea Hunter.
He's a good one.
And I'll set a back row, and it's your to go.
Draw. Let's go to main 1. I will normal summon Sunlight Unicorn.
Oh, incredible. And you potentially get the +1 for this one.
I do not.
Ooh, showing off the Fortune Lady light.
You saw
Okay.
nothing. You saw nothing. I'm going to set 2 here. Interesting position. I could crash here and just deny you from getting Axon Kicker. And I kind of like that, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to do that.
Fair enough. There they go.
Okay, go ahead.
Draw for turn. Let's normal summon
Nothing.
Sunlight Unicorn, shall we?
Fine.
Let's declare it. We'll banish the top of our deck. Oh boy,
You
that's a
and
card
the
I didn't want you to see.
fucking Iron Cores. I swear to God, you love these cards so much.
Hey, buddy, I ain't gonna pass up solemn judgment when I see it. I'm gonna
guess.
attack directly. Take 18.
Yeah, it's 18. I was just hoping you wouldn't have like a decent follow-up, but that is a decent one. Yep.
Your go.
We'll draw. Oh, great. I'll summon my Sunlight Unicorn.
Incredible.
Give me the fucking card. God damn it.
Yes.
All right. That would have been if we got the card in question, that would have been insane for this
True.
exact instance. Okay. Well, I'll go to battle. Let's just crash again.
Yep, here they go.
Okay. And then go ahead.
The tempo truly in my favor. What a draw. God damn it. Oh, we're just gonna normal summon another 1800. Let's go.
Yep. This is going well.
All right, pass turn.
Draw. Uh-oh. Set 1, 2. Now pass it to you.
Fascinating. Okay, draw for turn. Ooh, that's a pretty decent draw, if I do say so myself. I am going to tribute summon Psychic Emperor.
Oh my God, you pulled this. Jeez. Okay.
It's a rare, buddy. Don't get too excited. All right, let's go to battle.
Sure.
I'm gonna swing into your dude.
I'm going to Slip of Fortune this.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, you weren't supposed to see it, but you saw it anyway. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough. Your go, I guess.
So draw. Standby. This returns. It's supposed to be set.
True.
So we'll put this back down. You saw nothing.
I imagine I am going to see it anyway.
We will flip summon it or attempt to.
Oh, are you sure?
I would like to, if that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
That is perfectly fine.
I will normal summon Genetic Woman.
Okay.
I will attempt to go to battle.
Okay.
I will try to attack directly.
eat it, buddy.
I mean, if you had it, you had it, buddy. There's really not much I could do to play around it. It's sealed Showdown.
True.
Okay. I guess I will remove the card that has much less attack points so I don't get annihilated even further. So we will send Fane to the grave. I had a good way to kill this for what it's worth, but...
Yeah, that was pretty cute.
Yeah, that was the plan anyway. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. That's a fascinating card for me to draw. Let's go to battle.
Okay.
And I'll attack into Genetic Woman.
I'll take 7.
Okay. Main 2, I am going to set a monster and pass the turn.
We'll draw. We shall set 1, 2, and throw it back.
Okay, draw for turn. Let's go to battle. I'm going to attack into your face down.
It is Jester Lord.
Oh, that's a hilarious card. That card is basically an FTK machine right there.
Yep, last game when we had like 7 cards set, I was like, damn, if I get an empty board, you just die immediately.
Messed me up good. All right, I will pass the turn.
You might be more cognizant moving forward now that this card is in the mix too.
For sure.
We'll go to main 1 for all the good it'll do us. I suppose I will just keep setting and keep passing.
Draw for turn. Interesting. That's a pretty decent card. Let's normal summon our Full Helm Knight here. Let's go to battle phase. I'll attack in with Psychic Emperor.
This is my own Hydro Barrier.
Okay, and I'll attack in for 13.
That is fine.
Main phase 2, I will set a back row, and it is your go.
Draw. I'll set 1. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. I have access to the funniest shit my deck has to offer. Are you ready for something fantastic, Alex?
I don't know what that means, and I'm scared but excited simultaneously. What do you got?
I am going to normal summon Sunny Pixie.
You have access to Ancient Fairy. You also... I don't think you have access to... I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I'm just going to battle the elements of this.
Buddy, I am sorry.
There
is a particular condition.
No!
Yep.
All right.
I am
fine.
protected from that card. And with that, I am going to synchro for 7. And what I am going to synchro summon is Ancient Sacred Wyvern!
Oh, shit. That's actually a real card. That thing has a fuck ton of attack points. Yup.
It has a fuck ton of attack points, buddy. We're going to go to battle phase, and I am going to swing into whatever your face down monster is with it.
So I can slip of fortune this to not die.
True.
And I'll actually banish it face down this time, as I should. And then I'll take the 13 from Full Helm Knight.
Yep. Main phase 2. Good luck, buckaroo.
I will draw, go to standby. This card, I imagine, has to go to my hand, and then I have to put it back face down. Because there's no other way Dueling Book allows me to do this. Okay, so Ancient Sacred Wyvern is gigantic. That's a problem.
Yeah. This thing is gaining 6,900 attack. Let's go.
Excellent.
It is currently at 9,000 attack points.
Yeah, measly 9,000. Yeah, it's fine. The other problem is that if I wanted to battle the elements I'd have to get your other monster to flip, and you have Full Helm Knight to deny that from happening.
And you would also end up normal summoning a monster, which would then get immediately run over by Ancient Sacred.
That is true.
Oh, I also didn't gain the 1,000 life points from Sunny Pixie, so this card has 10,000 attack.
Yep, it's even better. That is such a crazy pull, too. Okay, well...
Yeah.
There's also another problem that you aren't aware of, but is going to become very evident what the problem actually is. Yeah, I think I have to. I don't really think I have a choice. Okay, I'm going to normal Armed Sea Hunter.
Fascinating choice.
I'm going to flip Mistral.
Okay.
Mistral into the set.
GG.
That's why it's a problem. I didn't have a big enough guy to survive. fucking ancient sacred wyvern.
Ancient
That's like
Sacred
you
Wyvern.
you and the synchro luck in 5Ds is just insane. That has to be like one of the biggest bombs you could have pulled. But
Absolutely.
got to deal with it. I also should read Battle of the Elements so I know how that card works in the future. Anyway, I get to go first. Maybe that makes a difference. I won game 1 when I went second, so it might not matter all that much. This hand looks pretty promising though. So best of luck. I will start by running out Sunlight Unicorn and declaring the effect.
Okay. Yeah, put that on the
he's
bottom of the deck.
We tried. I will set a pair and I will throw it to you.
All right, draw for turn. Main 1, let's go for the best normal summon in the set. I'm talking about Flamvel Fire Dog.
Yikes, that's a good one.
We're
Okay.
going to battle phase. I'm going to attack in with the Fire Dog.
I am going to think here.
Okay.
I will slip of fortune.
Okay, that makes sense. Main phase 2, I'm just going to set a back row, and it's your go.
Draw, standby, unicorn returns. Main 1, this is 6. I can try this again.
God damn. Oh, well, you know.
Going to the bottom. All right. That's 2 big hits off of unicorn too, which sucks, but that's fine. I didn't know that's what they were, so there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah.
However, I do know that I can sack the unicorn for Gap the Divine Soldier.
Oh, he is big. Okay, yeah, that's
He's
fine.
not bad. He's not bad. Okay, so once per turn, I can reveal any number of fiends in my hand and have him gain 300 attack for each until
How many
the end of
fucking
this
fiends
turn.
do you have in your deck?
I have another copy of Gap,
oh, excellent.
so he's
Oh, boy.
2,500.
I am going to slip a fortune this.
Keep the Flamvel around. That's fine.
Okay.
Second main, I will set 1 and I will throw it back.
Okay, draw for turn. The Fire Dog returns.
Get your puppy back.
I do. What am I going to do about this? This card is huge.
Yeah, Gap's kind of a problem because he can't even get over Axon Kicker if you can't clear him.
Set a monster. Your go.
Okay, I'd like to see that. I'll draw. If only I had another Sunlight Unicorn, that would be nice. I will activate Gap.
Okay.
I will reveal another Gap.
Okay.
Let's just take out Flamvel.
That makes sense. I will take 600 here.
And then second main, I'm going to set 1. And I think I'm just going to throw it back to you.
And draw for turn. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll try for this. I'm going to normal summon Armed Sea Hunter.
Okay.
Let's go to battle phase. I'll attack into your face down monster.
Behold,
Mistral. Okay, main phase 2. I am going to set a back row, and it is your turn.
Okay. I'll draw. Go to main 1. I will declare Gap.
Okay.
I will sack Mistral for the second Gap.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
I will attack with the 2,500 Gap.
I will take 2,500 here. Oh, no, I won't. I'll
You'll take
600.
7. I wish you would take 25. That would be the dream.
I will take 700.
And then we're going to hit into this
There's
as well.
Mistral.
Okay, this is nice too because these are both the same cards, so this plays under Battle of the Elements quite well, actually. I have really no incentive to do anything else. I will throw it back to you.
Draw for turn. Main 1. We are going to set a monster and pass.
Looking promising for us. We'll draw, and if you have Battle of the Elements, it doesn't matter when you have a set. So we'll bring out Armed Sea Hunter.
Fair enough.
Go to battle. Gap has to go over.
Yep, it's another Mistral, so I will take no damage for the rest of the turn.
Is it the rest of the turn? It's the next battle damage.
Oh,
sir.
okay.
So
I will take
yes,
2,200.
Yes, because you will stop Armed Sea Hunter, and then Gap will connect, and that is it for me.
I just read this turn and was like, okay, that's it.
We're both having reading difficulties this game, evidently, buddy.
I guess if you have a monster, I am going to lose no matter what. So we're going to try for it. We're going to go summon Armed Sea Hunter and go to battle phase. We'll try to attack in.
So we either crash or I keep my Armed Sea Hunter potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll slip a fortune this, sure.
Okay, that's fine. Your go.
Okay. Standby, he returns.
Yep.
Main 1. Wow, that is actually infuriating. I am dangerously close to lethal, but I think I'm 100 off. I am exactly 100 off. Oh my god. That's assuming everything connects here. Okay, I will go to battle.
Okay.
22.
I will take 600 here.
You'll take 400.
400. I'll do math eventually.
And then try for 18 and 22.
I'll take 18 and 2200.
Literally 100 life. Where's my photon strike bouncer when I need it? That's, I guess, it for me. Is there anything I'm like concerned about? I guess I'll set one. I'll throw it to you.
Draw for turn. And that is going to be it. God, Gap.
Woo! Gap coming in clutch, baby. Oh my God.
So I did have the card. I had the Spirit Burner, and if it was literally anything but Gap, Fire Dog would have gotten over it. And I just
Gap
needed...
is 2,000 defense to Axon Kicker's 18, so the defense does matter on this card.
And I just needed to draw into one of my three X-Saber Full Helm Knights or one of my Tribute Summons to get out of that, and I just did not.
Sure. I mean, it happens sometimes, buddy. And sometimes Sealed Showdown just boils down to like getting a big tribute idiot on the field, and then you just can't clear it. I did have Fairy Wind in case you had the Spirit Burner, so
fair enough.
I also had this was from the side. I brought in Depth Amulet because I was seeing how valuable Slip of Fortune was.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I figure like, oh, I can just take a bad card in my hand, protect a monster, and then that allows me to tribute summon and possibly swing tempo back around in my favor. So
that's true. Although I was going for the triple Fairy Wind.
Sure. I only had 2 Fairy Wind because I only pulled 2. But yeah.
I chose not to run the Depth Amulet because I thought it lost to Fairy Wind, and I thought cards in hand were too important to just use on negating attacks if you have Slip of Fortune, which is just an objectively better card.
Sure, I agree. But I just figured Slip of Fortune was actually doing quite well, that it was actually more copies of it effectively. And if you have Fairy Wind, so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. I think that's like a risk you have to take. You did see the Fortune Lady cards. I sided those out because that was very idealistic of me. So I was playing gold or yellow, whatever it is, and red. And red literally is removal if I can summon it. So the idea is to Slip of Fortune yellow, and then yellow summons red, and I can pop a monster. And then like I have tempo back on my side.
True, although Slip of Fortune doesn't special summon, so I don't think... Oh, it would remove it from play, and then you'd get the thing. I understand what's going on here. Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the first game, or both of the other games, it was just like the Fortune Ladies did absolutely nothing, and I figured... So I swapped those out for the Depth Amulet, because I figured I'm going to get some more value out of this than the Fortune Ladies, because they were just dead cards that did nothing. They would have been good, because I could have resurrected them, because they had question mark attack when I ran over a Mistral the Silver Shield. Because I think question marks are considered 0.
I genuinely don't know. What do you have in your extra deck, by the way?
Oh, sure. So I have the Ghost Rare Ancient Fairy Dragon, which I think is awful, actually. It's only good at being a defender, but, like, that's it. It just, in attack mode, it loses to every tribute summon in the set, so that was terrible. I have Arcana Knight just to mess with you, and then I pulled Gothams, but I don't think there's a way for me to actually summon Gothams without getting Full Helm Knight exactly.
Yeah.
And I did not get Full Helm Knight, so...
Well, you saw my Ancient Sacred Wyvern.
Crazy.
I, too, got the ulti Ancient Fairy Dragon, but I also got... Well, I got the ulti and the ghost is what happened.
Excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So I was figuring Ancient Fairy Dragon is pretty good because it gets over literally everything that's in defense, and you can just Spirit Burner pretty much anything away. And if Ancient Fairy Dragon's in defense, it takes like basically a major upset the card to take it out. Yeah. Or one of the other bombs that I pulled, which is Beast Machine King Barbaros Ur.
Oh my God. That thing's I don't know how we out this card.
I don't know. The answer is Spirit Burner. But that's why I was loading up on ways to negate Spirit Burner, because I was like, if I hit an Iron Core Luster and a Fairy Wind, there's just no outing Beast Machine King.
Sure. That's insane. Wow. I think you definitely got the better pulls.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
although
I did not get the 2400 tribute guy either, which is why I was making that remark earlier.
Hitting the gap made the difference, because any of the other tributes would have won me the game there, but or I would have won the game off of the cards that I had if it were any of the other tributes. But yeah, you got me. This is 4 weeks in a row you've beat me. I'm on a little bit of a Lufetzing streak.
A little bit. I mean, I keep I'm continuously impressed. I keep thinking these sets are going to be awful, and then they actually end up turning up all right. And then next episode, Stardust Overdrive, is actually, I think, going to be insane. Like, I think that episode's going to be so good, but I guess the audience will have to stick around to see if that's the case.
Looking forward to it.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Medolce, Chaotic Meatball Par 2, Pony Stark, Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I Ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic Rockslide, Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, MBT caught injecting his Fairy Lily, Hornet TC Gaming, Valen Jackson, thanks for the sleeves, Dad. Orange, you glad I didn't say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Lulabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, the Anti-Big Brain Ben K OTK Play, MBT funding the Irish with his Rothschild wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi-tubers, LGM, BTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Dalton, not reading cards makes the game interesting and you know it. The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT. Wait, play the concert video one more time. Cayman CJ, Hunter Reed, Shrugs IX, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Dark Echo, Corvain, Jake 1779 is bad at Yu-Gi-Oh!, Josh Haynes, TJ Starman, and Seamoose Engage. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.